Now there's one more concept we want to explore before we wrap up this lesson on comparative advantage and the gains from trade. Let's scroll down and look at one more production possibilities curve for the two countries A and B. We'll add our label A here. Now something's different about this PPC from our original. If we look back up at the original PPC that we started this lesson with, notice that country A could produce either 6 pairs of shoes or 8 basketballs, and that gave country A a comparative advantage in the production of basketballs. If we look at our final PPC in this lesson, you'll see that country A can now produce either 8 pairs of shoes or 8 basketballs, giving country A the same domestic opportunity cost as country B. So now for both countries, in both A and B, the opportunity costs are identical. 1 pair of shoes costs 1 basketball in country A, and 1 pair of shoes costs 1 basketball in country B. Now, one of our assumptions when studying international trade in economics is that countries can almost always benefit from trade with other countries. And that's true as long as one country has a comparative advantage in the production of a good relative to another country and can produce that good at a lower opportunity cost. But if we look at the production possibilities curves that we have here, there is no comparative advantage. There's no comparative advantage. In this case, there are no potential gains from trade. There's no way that these two countries can benefit from trading basketballs and shoes with one another. Now, this is a pretty rare example. In the real world, there's always going to be a good or a service that a country can produce at a lower opportunity cost than some other country. There's very few countries that cannot benefit from trade with one another. In fact, it's safe to say there's no countries that would be better off without trade with other countries. But in some circumstances, it might be the case that two countries with very similar resources, similar types of land, labor, and capital might not stand to benefit from trading with one another. In a situation in which two countries have the identical opportunity costs as one another, there is actually no reason for these countries to trade because there's no way for country A, in this case, to take advantage of country B's lower opportunity cost in either of the two goods because country B has the same opportunity cost in the two goods.